In this video, I will explain to you what I think can become the biggest short squeeze in the world with a ridiculous upside potential of thousands and thousands of percent. It is quite a special one and I think it's incredibly important, so make sure to watch all the way to the end so you don't miss anything. You guys who follow this channel know how enthusiastic I am about green energy and companies that work with it. But there is one commodity that goes into every single car that companies like Tesla and NIO make that will be used more and more in these industries of the future, and that now could be on the brink of the craziest price breakout we have ever seen. The commodity is silver, and apart from being the single most undervalued industry and precious metal in my opinion, it is one of the most shorted and manipulated markets there is. And I've been heavily invested in silver and silver stocks for years at this point, by the way. And if you're interested in what I'm personally investing in when it comes to silver, it is physical silver, the PSLV traded fund, and silver mining stocks, which I will talk more about later. But in a world where we have trillions of dollars worth of stimulus and debt being added to the economy, and where the confidence in the US dollar is going down, assets like silver are already bound to go up, which they have. But the events that unfolded these past couple of days have created the opportunity for silver to go from its current price of around $27 to some ridiculous lengths, maybe 3 digits or even 4 digits, so $1,000 and beyond. But let me explain. I'm sure that if you watch this video, you have also followed the short squeeze that has been going on in some of the most shorted stocks out there, such as GameStop and AMC. And it makes me happy to see the retail investors being able to unite like this to overpower the hedge funds for once. I even have some GameStop stock myself. But I think silver is not only also a great opportunity for a short squeeze, it is actually a valuable commodity that will be worth so much more in the future regardless. So to explain it really quickly, a short squeeze happens when various financial institutions have borrowed an asset and sold it in the market without actually owning that asset. And they do this with the hope of buying it back at later prices. But if this asset instead starts going up in price, all these institutions, or basically any investor who has shorted a stock, would lose money if they covered their shorts. And if it keeps going up and up and up, they will eventually be forced to cover their shorts to cut their losses. This in turn causes the price to keep going up, which in turn forces even more short covering. That's what happened to GameStop stock to some degree. It's kind of a chain reaction and can be very fast and make the asset just explode in price in a matter of hours or even minutes. But guess what, guys? When silver sees a short squeeze, it could really go up thousands of percents, maybe even leading to it going to $1,000 per ounce and beyond. You see, right now, there's at least 100 times more paper traded silver than actual physical silver in the market. This means that for every 100 ounces of open interest in the futures market, only 1 ounce is actually delivered, because usually traders prefer to just trade on the internet instead of actually getting silver delivered. And here is where we see the possibility of a massive short squeeze. Since there is so little physical silver available in the vaults of the commercial exchange, and since silver exchange traded funds such as the PSLV need to be backed up by physical silver, simply buying these shares in these funds would lead to them in turn buying more physical silver, and in the end causing a shortage in the commercial exchange. At that point, the supply of silver will be gone, but the demand will still be massive, and that is when the silver price starts really going up. The financial institutions, such as the largest banks in the West really, will be forced to cover their shorts and actually buy silver to not lose billions and billions of dollars, in the end causing the asset to absolutely skyrocket. And unlike a stock, which can simply issue more shares, there is no way to magically create more silver out of nowhere. It has to be mined from the ground, and it still has to go towards all other things silver is used for. So once there is no more silver in the vault, there is no more coming back from the biggest short squeeze of all time. But wait, regardless of when this squeeze happens, I just think silver is a fantastic investment regardless. As a fan of investing into new energy companies, silver will be a huge commodity that these companies will be using for decades or centuries to come. The industrial use of silver these past years has averaged around 500 million ounces, and it is forecasted to just get higher and higher the coming years. Only the automotive sector is expected to go from its current 55 million ounces to more than 150 million ounces in the next couple of decades. At the same time, the current supply is barely higher than the demand, and obviously we will one day run out of silver to mine from the ground. And lastly, compared to gold, silver is incredibly undervalued right now. There's only 8 times more silver being produced than there is gold, yet gold is almost 70 times more expensive than silver right now. That ratio is historically much lower, and I think it will only go down in the future, especially as the demand for this precious metal increases even more. So with this said, what silver assets am I invested in personally? As I said earlier, I think it is all about the physical silver because that's where we'll find the short squeeze happening, in my opinion. I think having either physical silver in your own hands or buying shares in physically backed exchange traded funds such as the PSLV or even the SLV are great ideas. Apart from that, because I am quite risk tolerant, I also invest in the junior and senior silver mining stocks. These guys have a leverage on the silver price, so if silver goes up, they go up a lot. But the opposite can also happen, of course. I will leave a link down below where you can find a list of interesting silver stocks to get into. I will also leave a link down below to Wall Street Silver, as new subreddit talking about this new case, so make sure to go in there and read about it if you are interested. And guys, with that, I want to end today's video. I really want to stress to y'all, this is all my opinion, and again, I am already quite heavily invested in silver and silver stocks, and I have been for a very long time. As always, do your own research and come to your own conclusions, since I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, although it'll be quite exciting to follow this new silver squeeze in the future and see where it takes us. Anyways, if you liked this particular video, then please press that like button. It is the absolute best way you can support me, and it helps the video reach out to more people. Also, if you watched all the way to this point, and if you enjoyed the content of course, then why not subscribe to the channel as well and join our rapidly growing community. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video. Probably a NIO video coming quite soon, because there are some interesting things to talk about. Anyways, I'll see you soon. Bye.